Hello and welcome to this video here. My name is Gilberto and I specialize in helping mortgage and real estate professionals with generating more leads, following up with the leads, all that good stuff. I'm sure you heard it before. And what I'm going to show you here are two softwares that I myself have used for my clients to help them with following up with leads. And I'm going to share with you some of the results that I've seen from having used these two softwares, one of which I'm sure you're familiar with, and the other of which you probably might not have heard or have probably faintly heard of. So I'm going to start off with AgentLegend. So if you're already familiar with this, whether you're a real estate agent, a loan officer, a branch manager, you've probably, if you're using Zillow, LendingTree, all that stuff, you've probably already used this before in the past for your Facebook ads or your Google ads. And what I'm going to be going over is some of the features, what you can expect with this kind of stuff. I myself have used this for some of my clients to follow up with leads. Now, what I liked about AgentLegend was how it's very niche specific, meaning it's really only for real estate professionals, people who are dealing with home buyers, people who are looking to buy a home or refinance on a home. So it's very similar. Let's see here. So yeah, people use this with Boomtown, Zillow, all that kind of stuff. They integrate with LionDesk and all that good stuff. So that's a great part, is that it's very niche specific. And when I had used this for clients, they like that as well, because a lot of the stuff, whether it's a loan officer or a realtor, they could easily have hooked this up to their LionDesk, Surefire, all types of CRMs, Salesforce, for example, can also be done as well. And so the thing I liked about this is that it had the 3-channel follow-up system, which means that it is able to follow up with leads via text, email, voicemail, and those 3 ways of getting in touch with leads. And if you're already someone who has dealt with leads before in the past, then you know how important it is to follow up with leads as fast as possible. And you're probably, just as busy as I am and my clients, so you probably don't have time to get on the phone with them right away, right, as soon as the lead comes in. But you realize how important the follow-up is. So the great thing about AgentLegend was that it basically would send out these voicemail drops, ringless voicemail, text messages, and emails. On top of that, it also did have some pre-recorded stuff, some pre-recorded sequences that can be used, some copy and paste kind of things. They call it campaigns that convert. So they had already some templates that they've used before in the past for other agents that you can use. And so the great thing about it is that another thing that also was really, really, really cool about this, and really pales in comparison to something like Slide Dial, is that as soon as someone calls back or texts back, the sequence automatically stops. So what that means is that, say that a lead opts in and maybe they don't reply for the first 2 texts, and then finally they reply back, it's not going to continue to send off continuous messages, because that's really just going to come off as really spammy. So the great thing about AgentLegend is that it just basically stops that entire thing. And I believe they do have an app as well, where you can go in and record things like your voicemail and all that stuff, and also reply back to leads as well. They have an online portal where you can reply back to the people that come in. Now, with pricing, which is something that I'm sure you're considering as well, you might have already seen this as well, is I believe the lowest that you can go is $160 a month. So that's basically if you are someone who's already just an individual, you're not a team, and you're signing up for their annual option, so you're paying 160 times 12. I'm not sure what that is just off the top of my head, but let's say that you were just doing the monthly, right? So that would be $200 that you're paying on a monthly basis. And so if you're, someone who's like a real estate professional or, loan officer and stuff, and you're doing about 5 transactions and above every single month, might not be a big deal. But let's say you're a new loan officer, or maybe, as many of my clients have dealt with in the past, is you have months where there's not a lot of people that are coming into the pipeline, especially during winter, January, all that stuff, until summer hits. and then your business goes up. So what happens during that time? Are you still paying the 200, right? Um, so that is a big issue, and something that people come across is having to pay 200 a month for the service, especially if you're just an individual loan officer. It might be kind of like a drawback for you. So here's just a couple things that come with this service here. So the free concierge setup, a performance dashboard, so you see all the stats that come with all that stuff, which is really cool to have just something like that available, so you can see everything at a bird's eye level. Cutoff hours. So as you know, if you've used SlideOut before or any of that stuff, you know that there's a certain cutoff point. You can't just be sending off voicemails at whatever time. It's legally you're not able to do that. So this basically it cuts off everything like at 9 p.m. or something like that. Whatever the cutoff time is, it basically it has that as a default, so you're not sending messages like at 12 a.m. in the morning if a lead comes in at that point from Facebook or something. And so it has the 3 channels for follow-up, which basically is, like I mentioned before, where you have what do you call it? Where you have, email, text, and ringless voicemail being sent to the lead. Which is something that absolutely, before this type of software, you'd have to get multiple softwares to even make that happen. I know, because back when I was first starting doing this thing, AgentLegend wasn't available, and we'd have to get multiple softwares to even, attempt at doing something like this, and it still did not pale in comparison. So this is something that it works. It definitely gets some good reviews. A lot of clients like it as well. I'm going to show you another option that I've been using for my clients that's done extremely well. I personally have seen great results with it. I'm going to show you some of those results, as well as what you can expect to receive with this type of software. So HighLevel is basically a very similar follow-up software compared to AgentLegend. So it as well replaces a lot of things like SlideOut, CallRail, all this stuff, where you're basically using these individual services, where this service just basically takes care of that whole entire process. It replaces Line Desk, it replaces CallRail, SlideOut, all this good stuff. So what it does is, first of all, it has the dashboard, very similar to AgentLegend, so all of them kind of had dashboards. It has automated follow-up campaigns, but the thing about the follow-up campaigns is that what it does is it does automatic calling. So what that means is that when a lead comes in, and this is something that AgentLegend doesn't do at the moment, as far as I'm aware, what it does is it basically, when a lead comes in, it'll send the text, it'll send the email, the ringless voicemail, but it'll also call you and connect you with the lead, so that you get a phone call as soon as a lead comes in, and it connects you with the lead. So you're getting even a better jump start above it. So you're not just getting a text or an email notification, which it does, but you're also getting a call that will connect you straight to the lead, basically an automatic call. And say that you're not available, what it does is it basically puts it into a queue. So what that means is, say that you weren't able to pick up, what the system does automatically is it'll set it on a queue, so that, say that you got 3 leads that came in today, and you weren't able to get on the phone with them. Maybe you're at a closing, an open house, whatever it might be. You just weren't able to get to them. So what it does is it'll basically queue it up for you, and very similar to like an auto dialer, it'll basically line it up for you. You call, and then it'll basically connect you with them. If they don't pick up, it goes to the next one, and so on and so forth. So that is just amazing in itself, because it really just cuts and saves a ton of time. My clients, I kid you not, have saved a ton of time from just doing this alone, because a lot of them are very busy with files, dealing with clients, meeting with realtors, going to open houses, closings, all that good stuff. Okay, so if you're a busy realtor or loan officer, then this is something that's worth taking a look at. For this feature alone, what I like about it just overall is that HighLevel really has everything that the other follow-up CRMs offer, but it really goes above and beyond with not only the built-in two-way texting. So you download an app and you're able to converse with the lead and set an appointment. but it also replaces Calendly and all those follow-up, uh, all those calendar apps. So basically what it does, and I'll show you inside of Go High Level. So this is inside of a client campaign. So this was for an insurance agent that was referring business to loan officers and realtors. We ran a mortgage campaign to generate home buyers, and this was sent to his loan officers. So the great thing about it is that we were able to track everything. We didn't get to set up this part here, so just ignore that. We were only able to click here. We forgot to set up this part here, but essentially what you'll see here is the leads that came in, and it has a bunch of other stats as well, and then conversations that came in as well, and the opportunities tab, very similar to Lion Desk, where you're able to track your pipeline, and on top of that you get, let's see here. On top of that, you basically are able to create a sequence or use one of the pre-created sequences that Go High Level provides for real estate and mortgage, and also other companies such as solar, insurance, all that good stuff. But for this purpose, we're talking about a home buyer campaign. So from what you can see here, from the leads that came in, we got a 45% reply rate, which is amazing compared to other services where you're seeing about 15%. If you're using something like AgentLegend, on average you're seeing about 15%. If you're not using a follow-up software, that number might be like 0 to like maybe 5 or 10%, if you're not using automations. But if you're watching this video, you most likely are. So you probably have experienced anywhere from 15 to 25%. This more than doubles that because of not only the follow-up that we're doing, but also the different channels that we're attacking, as well as the calling. The automatic calling does a huge thing for this as well, to get reply backs, because at the end of the day, if you're generating these leads, you want to make sure that you're getting your money's worth, and this basically ensures you doing that. So we got 45%. We did a cash out refi campaign, a short refi campaign for I believe a week, and we got 56% reply rate. So amazing, absolutely amazing. And on top of that, what it does, like I said, you can also create a scheduling, create your own calendar so you can set appointments, and you can actually include this in the follow-up so that maybe they don't want to text you back or call you back, but maybe they'd much rather set an appointment, and so you're able to do that inside of directly under Go High Level, as well as create a funnel. So this is the great part about High Level, is that it basically allows you to create a funnel, and it actually has some pre-made funnels as well. I don't know if they released that option just yet, but you're able to create a funnel so that you can not only replace Zapier, Slide Out, all those other ones, but if you're using ClickFunnels, Survey Gizmo, if you're using any other type of survey funnel building software, this basically replaces that, as well as Zapier. So both of those, you are already automatically not paying, on average, whether you're paying ClickFunnels or Survey Gizmo, you're saving about $150 just from using this alone, because it replaces those automatically. So if you have a ClickFunnels account or anything like that, that can easily be replaced and imported as a new funnel in here. So you're essentially just replacing that entire thing. So those are one of the things that just been absolutely remarkable for my clients, and something that they really love. They like saving money, right? So another thing as well is the phone number. So if you have a team, if you're a branch manager, for example, and you have a team of loan officers, what this does is it basically records calls, inbound calls from clients, as well as outbound calls that are made inside of the software from your team. And what it does is it basically records everything for quality control, so that you're able to better manage your team and make sure that everything is running absolutely smoothly, right? And so another thing as well, for those of you who do have teams, is you're able to do what's called round robin. So this is just an example here that I put for myself. what you're able to do is add different employees here. And let's say that you were add 4 people. So apart from me, there'd be 3 other people here. You can essentially have what's called round robin, where you can send leads to multiple different people at the same time. So it's absolutely amazing for those who have like a real estate team or anything like that, or a team of loan officers, maybe 2 or 3 that you have. You can input them under here, and you're able to send the leads directly to them, which is absolutely amazing for anyone that has like a team and are currently generating leads from any source, whether it be Zillow, LendingTree, Facebook, Google. Regardless, you're going to be able to send all of them to all these people, and they're going to be followed up with and put into each one of their pipelines. So each member of this team will have a pipeline, will have leads to follow up with, and all that good stuff. So it really is very comprehensive, and what I like about it is it basically replaces a ton of different softwares and puts it all under one roof to make it as just efficient as possible, and really a dominant software because of all the different things that it adds and how much time it basically saves. So here's another one that really is a huge, so as you saw here, you're paying about approximately $199 per month. All right, so you're paying about $200 per month. With HighLevel, you're essentially paying $97 per month. You get entire funnels. So you're replacing Zapier, which already then you're saving about $150. With something like this, if you're using Facebook, you most likely are paying for ClickFunnels, Survey Gizmo on top of Zapier. So you're paying $200 plus about $150. So you're essentially paying $350. With HighLevel, you're essentially paying $100 per month. No commitment. All right. So there is no, like, you're not paying annually or anything like that. Like with here, where they're doing like an annual commitment where you're doing 160. No, it's essentially 97 per month on a month-to-month basis. There are no commitments that you're making for the long term. So it's 97 per month, and it includes that entire thing. There's a 14-day trial to start you off, which has been it's a great option for getting started with something like this and seeing what it has to do, what it has to offer. So I believe the only thing you need for getting started with is a Twilio account. After you set up your Twilio account, you're able to get everything started. You hook it up with HighLevel, and after that point, you don't need any additional softwares like Zapier, ClickFunnels. You don't need like Survey Gizmo or anything like that. It's all included inside of HighLevel, and you can get started right away and hook this up for either LendingTree leads, Zillow leads, if you're using Facebook, Google. And the great thing about it as well is you can reactivate your database of maybe leads that have not gotten any replies, because like I mentioned, we're seeing about 56% reply rates with this. 56%, sometimes 45%, still really high reply rates compared to the average. So if you were to put this through a database that you have, for example, past clients for getting refinances, or a past list of leads, you're going to be able to get some real quick results right away just from doing that alone. So if you guys are interested in just trying out the software here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to include a 14-day free trial link. It is an affiliate link that you can use. And if you if you message me, I'll leave my details down below where you can email me. If you email me with your proof of purchase, I will send you what I use for my clients, the exact follow-up sequence that you see here. That has allowed my clients to get about 45 to 56% reply rates. So if you sign up with Go HighLevel, I will send you that entire sequence so you can use that for yourself and get results like this, whether it be for your past book of business, maybe a database that you have, or a past book list of leads from Zillow, LendingTree, all that good stuff, or for your upcoming Facebook or Google campaigns. It's going to work just as effectively. Go ahead and just send me an email. I'll include my information down below, and you can send me a screenshot showing that you've signed up with HighLevel using that affiliate link, and I will send that over to you so you can test it out for yourself. So if you guys have any questions whatsoever on what the software entails or anything like that, then go ahead and leave it down below, and I will answer any questions that you guys have. If not, if there's one that maybe requires more of a video, I'll go more in depth and show you more of the features or specific scenarios that you can use for your real estate business. So if you guys found this interesting, drop a like, and also subscribe if you haven't already. I'm going to be putting out more marketing videos on real estate and mortgage, so you can generate some leads, start getting some results now that we're going into, at the time of this recording, 2020. So it's going to be the newest things that I have seen work for my clients. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Bye.